Hey guys, it's Hogan here, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how to create a dropshipping website in WordPress for free with fast shipping and customized packaging. So for those of you who don't know what dropshipping is, it's essentially an e-commerce business model where you're able to sell stuff online without actually having any inventory. So for example, what you can do is come to this website over here. You can choose a product. So as you can see, there are dozens of different categories and thousands of products, which you can actually pick and you can import it onto your own website. So for example, this website, I'll show you guys how to create, and this is the products that we have imported from this website. So for example, we can import this product. It's $9 plus around $15, $16 for shipping and service fee, which comes to a total price of around $25. And let's say if we sell it for $50. So we can import that directly onto our website. And if a customer purchases it from our store, we're able to forward that order to our supplier, which they'll actually ship directly to our customer. So let's say, for example, we sell 50 and the supplier, we can get it for around $25. Then we profit $25 minus any advertising fees and running costs for our website. So that's the basics of dropshipping. Now, that doesn't mean that you can get rich overnight. Obviously, there's a lot of work that you need to do to pick the right product, to build your website, to advertise your products and things like that. But this is one of the best ways for beginners to get started with e-commerce. You can test out your concept and you can really learn about it and actually make some money before you start private labeling your products, which can get quite expensive. So a lot of people do avoid dropshipping because of the long shipping times, as well as you're unable to customize the package. But in this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can actually get fast shipping times, as well as customize your packaging. So you can add like stickers, your logo, customize boxes for your packages, so you can really create like this branded experience for your customers. So we're also going to be building this website on the WordPress platform. So many people build their dropshipping store using Shopify, which isn't bad, but it does get quite expensive, starting from around $29 per month, and it can easily get up to $100 per month once you add a few apps. But WordPress is going to be way cheaper and you're going to save a ton of money. And also, a lot of people are using WordPress already, so there's really no need to switch over to Shopify when you can literally create everything on WordPress, which I'm going to show you guys step by step how to create. Now, I'm very excited to actually show you guys how to actually build it. So if you have any questions, you can drop it in the comment section below. But without much further ado, we're going to get started in this video. Okay, so to get our website online, we're going to need a couple of things. And for those two things that we're going to need, we can go to a website called Hostinger. So in your browser, you can type in hostinger.com/Hogan, so HOGANCHUA, and then click on enter. So that is my discount affiliate link. So if you do choose to purchase through that link, then I may get a small commission for that sale, and that basically helps support these free videos for you guys. So over here is Hostinger. Now, Hostinger is a place where you can purchase your domain name, which is going to be your website name. For example, yourname.com or hostinger.com, google.com, that is your domain name. And you can also purchase hosting here as well. So hosting is just where your website files are going to be stored on the internet. That allows everyone to access your website. So over here, if you scroll down, there are 3 different plans that you can choose from. So the main difference is that for the single web hosting plan, generally that is just for beginners creating like a simple sort of portfolio type of website. So I don't really recommend that for an e-commerce website. This is great if you're building just like a one-page website. Here we've got the premium web hosting plan, and you've also got the business web hosting plan. So generally I do recommend just the premium share to get started with. That is enough because you can sort of upgrade later on. But if you do want a little bit better performance in terms of speed, for example, your loading times, then you can opt for the business plan. So this is really good if you expect a lot more traffic or if you have more products that you do want to sell. Okay, so think of it just like as a faster computer, right? If you want, like for example, if you're a graphic designer and you're using Adobe, or if you're a video editor, then you're going to choose a computer that has more resources. So this is basically it. So here we're just going to click on select. So here you can select your period that you want to go for. So generally I do recommend 12 months or more, because if you get the month-to-month plan, it's not really a great deal, because if you go month-to-month, it's around $12 per month, and in 1 year, that would be around $144 already. And if you actually go for the 48 months, which is 4 years effectively, it is pretty much the same price, right? So I'm just going to go for the 12-month plan over here. And we're going to scroll down, and as you can see, you also get a free domain for the first year. So the main difference is that the plan is going to renew at a different rate if you go for a longer term. Okay, so over here we're going to create a new account. Now you can log in with your Facebook or your Gmail account as well. So I'm just going to put in my email and then scroll down over here, and you can choose your payment method. Over here you can put in a coupon code, so this is going to save you some more money as well. So we can type in Hogan Chua and click on apply, and that's going to give you an extra 10% off your plan. And I'm going to go ahead and enter in my credit card details. So once you've done that, you can click on submit secure payment. Okay, so I'm going to enter in a password for the account and click on confirm. So over here we can click on start now, and we're just going to follow the prompts. So I'm going to create a website for myself. Actually, I'm just going to click on skip. I don't want a personalized experience. And then I'm going to click on create a new website. So click on select. And I'm going to be using WordPress as the platform to create our website on. So we're going to click on select. And then over here, we're creating a new WordPress account. So this is going to be the login that we're going to log in with our WordPress account. So over here, put in your email and then set in a password. So this can be the same as you're hosting a password, doesn't really matter. And then you can also change it later on as well. So click on continue. So over here, we're going to click on skip. I'll manage the plugins later on. And we're going to scroll down over here as well and skip. I don't need a template. And over here on the left hand side, we're going to click on claim a free domain. So over here, we have to choose a domain name. So generally when you are choosing domain name, you want to pick something like, for example, if you're starting an e-commerce website, you don't want to pick something very, very specific because you want to test a lot of different products. For example, like weight loss machine, or for example, like kitchen timer or something like that, right? You want to pick something a little bit more generic that you're able to test multiple different types of products. And then once you are, successful and profitable, perhaps you can start a new website and purchase a new domain. You can still use the same hosting account as well. Okay, so I've just decided to pick 0 demo, and hopefully this is going to be available. I'm going to select the .com extension, click on search. So if it's not available, you have to pick one that has not been chosen yet. Okay, so that has been already taken. So 0 demo 123. Click on search. It's available, so I'm going to click on continue. And here is your server location. So this is a little bit important because you want to choose a location which is closest to your audience. So you can click the drop down over here, and depending on where you want to sort of sell to, then you want to pick the server which is closest to your audience. That allows your website to load faster. So let's say, for example, I am in Australia, then I might pick Singapore. If I'm targeting North America, then I might pick North America. So I'm just going to select perhaps Singapore, click on change, and click on finish setup. So over here, I'm going to select my country. So put in your country, and I'm just going to keep it as personal. Next step. And over here, we're going to put in my details. So I'm just going to quickly fill that in, and then click on finish registration. So right now it's basically just setting up your website, installing your SSL certificate as well for you. Okay, so you can click over here, and that's gonna take you to your dashboard of your WordPress website. And you can also click on the control panel. So this is basically where you manage your domain name and hosting. This is not where you edit your website. So where you actually edit your website is gonna be your WordPress dashboard area. Okay, so this is the WordPress dashboard, and I'll show you around in a second. So one thing I want to make sure is I want to go back to our HPanel area, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on the domains, and I want to make sure that I do have domain privacy activated on the domain. So we can click on the domain over here, and if we actually scroll down, so as you can see, it's pending verification. So what you're going to do is you'll need to log into your email and make sure you verify your domain as well. So we're going to scroll down over here and ensure that the who is privacy is checked. So this basically just hides your sort of contact details from the public. Like for example, if someone actually searches up your website, they can't find your name or your sort of email and phone number, prevents a lot of people from actually spamming you, because like a lot of people will actually sort of web design agencies, they'll actually contact you with different offers and things like that. So let's head back over here, and I'm going to walk you through setting up your website right now. So we're going to go ahead and close these ones. And what we're going to do is I'm actually going to click on screen options, and I'm going to deselect all of this over here. Okay, because it's just a lot of clutter and we want to minimize that. So let's go ahead and go to settings and go to permalinks. So I want to make sure that for the permalink structure, which is your linking structure, we want to select post name. So this basically ensures that if we create like a product or like a page or a post, the title is actually going to be included in the URL. You don't want something like p equals 123 in the URL, because that's not good for search engine purposes. So we're going to go ahead and scroll down and save changes. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to install the theme as well as the plugins required for our website. So if you look over here and we click on visit site on the top, you're going to see that your WordPress website looks nothing like the e-commerce website that I showed you before, and it doesn't have any cart functionality. It's basically got no functionality besides sort of like a blog, right? So what we need to do is we need to go to my website, so hoganchua.com/e-commerce, and from here we can download the theme. So we can download the shop theme as well as the plugins that we're going to be needing for the tutorial. So here we can download the theme first onto your computer. Okay, so you can save that to your desktop, just like that. And you can also download the builder WooCommerce, save it to your computer. And also we can download the product filter. If you want to add a product filter later on, then you can download that, as well as downloading the contact form plugin, okay, and save. So let's go back to our website and let's go back to the dashboard. So over here, we're going to navigate to appearance and then click on themes. Your theme is basically sort of the appearance of your website, and the theme that I'm showing you guys how to use is the one that I personally use for myself, and it's really awesome. So click on add new, and we're going to click on upload themes. So there are sort of thousands of different themes that you can choose from. Each one has its own specific look, but personally I feel like this one is a really great option for a lot of people because you can sort of customize your website however you like. So here we're going to select the theme, so themify-shop.zip, click on open and install. So sometimes when you've downloaded the theme, it may automatically unzip into like a folder. What you'll need to do is you need to right click it and compress it back into the zip file, because we have to upload the zip file. So once that has been uploaded, we can click on activate to activate our new theme. So over here, we can scroll down to the skins and demos. So the skins and demos is basically, you can also pick a different skin. So it's sort of like a different look. It's got like different fonts and different style, but it's essentially the same theme. So you have the exact same builder. All the features are pretty much the same. It just has a preset font and colors and things like that. So for me, I'm going to choose Shop to Craft. So just select it and we can just close it like that. And we can just save it. Okay, so let's head over here and click on Visit Site. So as you can see, we have our website like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go back to our dashboard. And we're going to install some plugins. So we're going to click on plugins. Now plugins are essentially applications, but for our website. So think of your phone, you've got different apps, you've got dating apps, you've got productivity apps, you got gaming apps, all sorts of apps for your phone. Plugins are essentially the same thing, but for your WordPress website. So we're going to go ahead and sort of download and activate the ones that we're going to be using in the video. So we're going to click on add new. So over here on the right hand side, we're going to search for a plugin called WooCommerce and then click on enter. So this is the plugin that we're going to need. So this plugin basically adds the e-commerce functionality on our website. So it adds like the cart, like the shipping, ability to add your products and things like that. We're going to click on install. And then we're going to go and click on activate to activate that plugin. So from here, it's going to take us to the setup wizard. So I'll show you guys how to fill in the WooCommerce settings later on. So we're going to scroll down and click on skip store details. We do have a few more plugins to install. I'm going to click on no thanks. So over here, we're going to scroll down back to the plugins. And then we're going to click on add new. And we're going to add a plugin called advanced shipping. So this is going to be the sort of track shipping plugin that we're going to need. So we're going to click on install, and then we're going to go ahead and activate that one. The next plugin that we're going to need is we're going to download something called Fluent SMTP. So over here, again, type in Fluent SMTP. So this is a plugin that basically helps us sort of set up the authentication for the SMTP, which basically allows us to send out outgoing emails, like for example, your order details and order confirmation. Click on install. So this one over here. And then we're going to go ahead and activate that one. And then we're going to click on add new. And we're going to upload plugin over here. So we're going to upload the plugin that we downloaded from our website earlier. And that one is going to be the Builder WooCommerce. So this basically allows us to add our products anywhere on the website. So if you don't have this plugin, then we're going to need to use shortcodes. That's a little bit sort of harder to use for beginners because you sort of still need to know the shortcodes and things like that. But with this, it makes it really, really easy to add your products anywhere on your website, which I'll show you in a second. Then we're going to add another one, and this is going to be the contact form plugin. So basically to allow your customers to contact you. So upload plugins, choose files, and then we're going to upload this one and install now. Okay, so now we have all our required plugins. Now we can go back to visit our website. So right now, as you can see, with the WooCommerce plugin, it's added our cart, checkout, my account pages, and things like that. So what I want to show you guys how to do now is to add in other pages as well. So to add in other pages, you can hover over plus new, and you can click on page to add a page. You can also add a post or your products directly from this shortcut menu. However, you can go back to your dashboard, and we can go to the pages as well to add in your pages. So click on pages over here. So we're going to scroll down, and here we have the sample page. So I might actually just delete the sample page. So you can click on trash, and then you can go to trash, and then you can go ahead and delete that permanently. Okay, so the pages that I want to add, first of all, is going to be my home page. So we're going to add a home page. So click on add new. Let's go ahead and close that. So here on the title, we're going to type in home. Okay, let's just close that. So type in home, and then we're going to click on publish. And you can tick this as well. So you want to deselect that one. Basically click on publish. So that way you don't have to click on publish twice. So once that is published, then we can add in another page. So let's go ahead, go back over here, click on the W. Let's click on add new. And here I'm going to add maybe a about page. So you can add as many pages as you need. I'm just going to create sort of like the basic pages that you need for a website. So click on that, and then let's go back over here, click on the W again, and then I'm going to add a contact page. So over here, we can type in contact, and then I'm going to add maybe like a track order page so people can track their orders. So let's click on add new. And over here, track order, or you can call it tracking. It depends on what you want. So I'm going to click on publish. Okay, so once that is done, I'm going to click on view pages again, and I'm going to go ahead and go back to my home page. So let's just go back to the front page over here. So as you can see, if you click on home, your home page, it's going to redirect you to yourwebsite.com/home. So what we want to do is we want to make sure this homepage is just going to be yourwebsite.com. Okay, so we're going to click on customize on the top over here, and then click on back, and then click on homepage settings. Okay, and then click on a static page. For the homepage, we want to select home, and then click on publish, and then we can click on close. Okay, so as you can see, right now we're actually on the homepage. As you can see, it's selected with that little highlights color there, and it's just going to be yourwebsitename.com. So what I want to do is for my homepage, I want to remove this title as well as the sidebar, because later on I'm going to show you guys how to build it, and we sort of want a blank canvas to work with. So how do we actually remove those things? So to do that, we can click on our dashboard. So I'm going to open it in a new tab, and I'll show you what I mean. So let's go to Themify shop over here, hover over that and click on Themify settings. So the Themify settings is basically where you can edit the sort of structure of your website. So I'll show you guys. So scroll down over here and then click on default layouts. And then let's click on the default page layout. So that was a page over here, and I want to remove the title as well as the sidebar. Go back over here. For the page sidebar option, I want no sidebar, and I want to hide the title. And I also want to disable comments on all pages. So from here, we can click on save, come back over here, and we can refresh that. And then right now we have a blank canvas to work with. Okay. So the next thing is that you can actually basically change your header layout and your footer layout and what you want to display for those sections as well, over at the settings over here. So you can click on theme settings and you can go to theme appearance, and you can change the header design. You can remove certain things. You can play around with the settings yourself over here. You can also change the footer design, the footer widgets. So basically how many widget sections do you want on your website? So there's quite a lot of different settings that you can go through and play around with. The thing that I want to do is I want to remove powered by WordPress, and I want to remove my logo from the bottom section here. So let's go over here, go to footer text, and I'm going to hide the footer text too. Click on save, and that's basically going to remove this section over here. Okay, so click on refresh, and I want to remove the title here as well. So let's go back, scroll up, and over here we got the footer design, and we can exclude the site logo. So you can also exclude like the back to top button and things like that as well. So I'm just going to exclude that one. Click on save, refresh. Okay, so you can play around with the design and how you want to display it. Now what I want to show you guys is how to configure your menu section up here, because as you can see, it's a bit messed up, and it's overlaying our site title. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new menu. So we're going to go ahead and click on customize, and then over here we're going to click on back, and then we're going to click on menus, and we're going to create a new menu. And the menu name, I'm going to set it to be top navigation. So I'm going to call it top nav for short. And then here I'm going to select main navigation. So this is going to be the top navigation. Click on next. And over here, you can select the pages that you want to display on the top. So click on add items. And let's say, for example, I want to display maybe my about page, maybe my shop page, and perhaps that's it. Okay, so I'll show you guys how to add in your product categories and things like that later on, but we don't really have those products yet, so I can't really show you. So let's just leave it as that, and we're going to click on publish. Okay, so you can also add, for example, like another menu on the bottom footer section as well. So click on back over here, create new menu, and here I'm going to call it footer nav, and I'm going to select footer navigation, click on next, add items. So what are the pages that you want to display on the bottom? So perhaps maybe track order page, contact page, and perhaps that's it for now. Okay, so if you have more pages, you can select it as well. Click on publish, and then let's click on close. So there's one more thing that I want to do. I want to add my account page on the top over here. So I'm going to go to my menu section from here. Okay, so you can actually edit your menu section on the back end section as well by navigating to appearance and clicking on menus. So over here, we're going to click on and actually create a new menu. So I'm going to call this the icon navigation. So icon nav, and then I'm going to select icon navigation here, and I'm going to click on create new menu. So what I want to do is I want to select the my account page, okay, and click on add to menu, and then I'm going to click on the drop down, and I'm going to insert icon. So basically what it's going to do, it's going to add a little icon. So I'll show you. So we're going to type in user, so select that one, and let's go ahead and select and save menu. So now if we visit our homepage, so let's go ahead and visit site. Then here, this is going to be the icon navigation. So if we click on that, then people can sort of manage their accounts, like their orders, downloads, addresses, and payment information as well. So let's click back over here, okay? And here is going to be our homepage. So what I want to show you right now is basically how to create the hero section of the website. Then I'll show you guys how you can actually import your products from the supplier website directly onto your website really easily. So that's going to be amazing. So make sure you watch the whole video. So the first thing that you'll need to do is you can click on turn on builder on the top over here. So that's going to turn on the drag and drop builder. That's going to allow us to basically create a website without any coding. So over here, when you hover over it, you're going to see a purple outline as well as a orange outline. The purple outline is what we call the row. And what we want to do is we want to add a row background. Okay, so what we're going to do is hover over here, and then we can click on styling, and then click on background. Okay, so this is going to allow us to add the background. So for the background type, we can add an image, gradient, video, or also a slider. So we're going to add an image, and for the background image, we can click on plus, media library, and we can click on upload files, select files, and we're going to upload a image. So for your image, if you don't have an image yet, you can easily just go to unsplash.com and find an image for now. So what I do recommend is actually going to Fiverr or something like that, and you can hire a freelancer to design a website banner for your sort of specific product, and they can design a really nice sort of hero banner for your website specific for your product. So that's going to help with the conversion rates and also the sales. Because some of the image over here, they're not really specific to your product. Okay, so we can go back over here. So the size of the image that I've uploaded is around 1900 by 1200. And the size generally you should keep it around 500 kilobytes or less. For this image, it is a little bit higher, but ultimately you do want to, make sure that image isn't too big, because if it's too large, then your website takes a while to load. So you can crop that to be a little bit smaller or reduce the quality a little bit. And we're going to just click on insert file. So now what we need to do is for the background image, I'm going to set it to full cover. And as you can see, we can't see the image. So what we can do is we can hover over. Okay, so I'm not sure if you actually see that, but once we hover over, it sort of highlights in purple. So click it and just drag it. Okay, so that's going to allow us to add spacing to the image. And I'm going to start off with 2000 pixels, and we're going to repeat the same for the bottom. Okay, so this stretches out your image so it becomes more visible. So make sure it's even. Sometimes people do like 100 on the top and then 200 on the bottom, and it's not very even, doesn't look very good. So once you've done that, we can click on done. So in the middle over here, we're going to add a text module. So on the left hand side, we can look for text, drop that in. And over here, we can type in the text. So I'm just going to type in build a dropshipping website. And then I'm going to select the text and set it to heading 1. Okay. So generally you should just have one heading 1 font per page. Okay. So that's the for search engine purposes. And I want to align it into the center. So you can also go to styling and go to font, and you can align it into the center, left or right here as well. So depending on what you want to do. And because this is the heading 1 font, what we can do is go over here, general, heading 1, and then we can change the color to white, and we can also change the size as well. So let's just do 50, something like that. You can also click it and drag it up to increase the size. So maybe 64, that looks okay. And then we can click on done. So here for your heading, depending on what you want to sell, perhaps, or you might have a sale, then you might put that in your heading. So I'm gonna do maybe a subheadline, and I'm just gonna copy it from my other website over here. Sell anything to anyone, anywhere in the world. Copy that, come over here, paste that in. So we can't really see that at the moment. So we're gonna go ahead and go to styling, font, and we're gonna set the font size to maybe 24. Okay, maybe a little bit bigger. Let's do 32 maybe. We can type that in, change the font color to white, and align it into the center like that. So once you've done that, then perhaps we can click on done, and let's add a button. So we can look for button. So you can also search for the modules here. So you can just type in button like that, and we can drag it in there like that. Okay. So here you can select the color of the button. Here you can name the button. So perhaps you could be like shop now or something like that. And here we can link it, right? So for your link, if let's say, for example, you want to link it to your shop page. So as you can see, we've got the about and the shop over here. And what we could do is right click it, okay? Copy link address, paste it in, and then that's going to link to the shop page. Okay, so you can also link it to your product pages later on as well. All you need to do is paste in the link. So over here you can select a different color. You can also go back to styling, and then you can go to click on the general tab up here, button link, background color. You can also customize the color over here as well, right? So you can customize the background color of the button. So let's say, for example, purple. You can also change the hover color. So for example, we're going to select purple, and perhaps I want to make it just a little bit darker. Okay, so when people hover over it, it's just a little bit darker like that. And then what we could do is go back over here, general. And what I want to do is you can also change the button appearance. Okay, so you can also change it to small, large, medium, change the size as well, the shape, sorry, square one, circle. So I'm going to keep it as default. And I'm going to go back to styling and go to font and just align it into the middle like that. Okay. And we can click on preview. So we can see how that sort of looks. So that's not too bad. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that the image is full width. So it goes all the way across and there's no spacing up here. So how do we do that? So let's click the preview again. Okay. So what we can do is for the row, click on the options or hover over the options. And we're going to click on row options, change it to full width. Okay, it's going to go all the way across. Let's click on save. And now I want to remove the spacing on the top. Click on backend. And then over here, we're going to scroll down to the Themify custom panel. And for the page layout, we can click on full width. Okay, so for all the pages that you do want to add a hero image and you want to stretch it full width and you don't want to have the space on top, you'll need to come back over here for each individual page and set the page layout to full width. So let's click on update, and let's click on front end to go back to the website. Okay, so creating a hero image is very, very simple. Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about, how to adjust it and things like that as well, I do have a full video tutorial showing you guys a more in-depth sort of how to actually use the builder and how to move the text and things like that. I'll leave the link for that video in the description. So once you have finished this tutorial, then you can watch that video to learn how to fully customize your website. So briefly, I want to go through just a few things that you can do with the builder. So for example, if you want to duplicate the text module, very simple. We can hover over here, click on duplicate, and that duplicates. You can do that for buttons and any modules as well. And you can click on delete. You can also duplicate the entire row like that. So you got another row on the bottom. You can also, let's say for example, we can hover over here and hover over these three little dots, and we can click on save. Okay, and we can save the row. So let's just say, for example, let's just call it hero home. Okay, click on done, and we've saved that row. So the saved row will be actually over here. Okay, so when can you actually use something like that? So let's, for example, we can go to save. Let's just close the builder, and let's click on about. So this basically allows you to quickly build the layout for perhaps your about page, your contact page. We can go over here and we can go to the saved. Just drop that into there like that. Okay, so all we need to do is we can save it, and perhaps we could just go over here and just do like about us, and then change to something like where we started, something like that. And perhaps if you don't need the button, we can delete that, and we can click on save, and then we can click on backend. So you can also change the background image as well, but as I said before, we need to change the sort of page layout options for that specific page. So let's scroll down to Themify Custom Panel, Full Width Page, Update, and then click on Front End. So that's how you actually use that function. So let's head back to our homepage again. So I'll show you just a few more things that you may need to know. So let's click on the homepage, close that first. And then over here we have a new row, right? So you can also click on plus, and you can select how many columns that you want to add. So I'll show you guys that a little bit later on. So here you got different modules that you can add onto any section of your website, which is really cool. You've also got the blocks. So these are sort of pre-created blocks by Themify, which you can use. So for example, you might type in like testimonials or something like that. For example, something like this, then you can just drag it, and you can drag it onto your website like that. And then you can go ahead and click into the modules, and you can edit those modules and edit the testimonials just like that. So everything is just like a front end drag and drop builder, and you can edit the text really, really easily. So that is very, very cool. So let's just delete that section. And the other thing is you can also click on the mobile styling options up here. So basically with that, we can adjust the sort of look for the sort of mobile devices. So click on mobile devices, and let's just say, for example, you want to reduce the padding a little bit for mobile devices. You can to maybe 150 or something like that. And then that's going to retain the look for mobile devices only. Okay, so you can even change the background image as well. Sometimes you may need to do that because the photo is, perhaps you need to adjust, the position of the photo. So let's just say, for example, we go to styling over here and then go to the background. So you can adjust the background image. So if you click back onto the desktop, it's going to change back to 200. Okay, so you can also manipulate the sizes of the fonts as well. And let's say, for example, you want to hide certain things on mobile, you can do that. So you can click over here, and then you can click on visibility, and you can hide certain things as well. So perhaps you don't want it to display on mobile, then you can hide that. So let's go ahead and save everything. And what I want to show you now is how to import your products from CJ Dropshipping. So the first thing that we'll need to do is to actually register and create an account on CJ Dropshipping. So you can go to Hogan Chua, so HOGANCHUA.com/CJ, and that's going to take you to this special registration page. So over here, you'll need to put in your email address. So I'm just going to create a new account with you guys and show you the entire process. So just going to put in my email and set in your password. And then for the referral code, we're going to put in 765829. So this is actually going to give you a few coupon codes. If you actually spend a certain amount of money, you can actually claim some of that money back. So over here, we're going to select this and agree to the terms of service. Then over here, we're going to click on next. So over here, enter in a username as well as your first name and last name as well as your phone number, and just click on confirm. So over here, we're going to select WooCommerce. That's the platform that we're going to be building our site on. And we're just going to do, maybe I'll just start my business, and I might just select a few categories over here and then click on submit. So once you've created an account, you'll basically need to verify your email address. So you can click on verify email, and then from here, click on send, and that's going to send a verification code to your email that you registered with. So let's go over here. So here is the code. So just copy that code to your clipboard, come back over here and paste that in. Click on verify and click on confirm. Okay, so let's click on close for that. So basically over here on the left hand side, if you need any help, you can actually click on this and actually talk to someone and get in touch with someone really easily. So that's one of the major benefits of CJ Dropshipping, is that you have a centralized sort of support system. Whereas if you're using something like AliExpress and importing your products from there, you're dealing with different suppliers, and it's just a little bit harder because each supplier is sort of like a small to medium-sized business, and the English isn't that great. It's much easier in terms of contacting support on CJ Dropshipping. So the next thing we need to do is actually authorize our website and connect it. So on the top left, you can click hover over authorization and then click on WooCommerce. So that's the platform that we're using on our WordPress website. So select that. So what we need to do is we need to go back to our website over here and just copy the website URL. So copy that, come back over here, and then over here we can click on add store. Over here, just paste in the URL and then click on authorize. So make sure you are logged into your WordPress website so that they're basically able to connect up. So from here, just click on approve. Okay, so congratulations, we've basically authorized CJ Dropshipping to our website over here, so you can import the products directly. So what I want to show you now is how to import products onto your site. So over here, you got a search bar. You've also got sort of like categories here, which you can just browse and click into each of the different categories. So let's just say, for example, you want to create a website which you're selling bags. So I might type in like duffel bags over here, and then you can click on search. And then over here, you have the different bags, which you can click into to find out more information. Now, if you don't find the bag that you're sort of looking for, you can also click on this little icon over here, where you can actually upload an image of a product. So for example, you may have seen a product on another website, or you may have seen it on Amazon, and you think that might be a good product to sell. Then what you can do is you can actually screenshot that image, and then you can upload that image over here. And then that's going to basically do a database search. So you want to make sure that you enable the ad block. Sometimes it may actually block it from opening up in another window when you're actually searching for that specific product. So as you can see, that has found the product over here. And what you can do is you can open up in a new tab. So for example, the products that you want to import. So let's open it up and we can click into that. So over here on the top, you can also click on pre-order inventory. So what that basically means is that you can actually pre-order the inventory and you can send it to the warehouses, for example, in the United States, to allow faster delivery to your customers. So that's if you are making sales with your product already. So that way you can actually ship your products much faster to your customer. So over here on the left-hand side, generally I like to click on wishlist to save all the products on my wish list, and then I'm going to go through each of the sort of different products and make sure it's the product that I personally want to sell. I also sometimes contact the supplier to make sure or to find out more information about the product. For example, what sort of package does that product come in? And that's something that you probably want to do as well, so that you can determine whether or not you want to put it into custom packaging, which I'll show you in a second. Over here, you've got the product price, and then you've also got the different variations, and you've also got the estimated shipping fee as well as the service fee. So over here on the right hand side, you can actually select the different warehouse to ship from. So sometimes sort of more popular products will have the product in the warehouse in the United States, and you can actually select that. And over here, you can actually set it to ship to a specific country to get an estimated shipping fee. So with the shipping methods, you can select from different shipping methods. So generally for most products, you can go with CJ Packet Ordinary. That's going to be the fastest and normally the most cost efficient. but sometimes there are also other ones as well. For example, the fast ordinary one. So you may want to pick it if you are selling sort of like a more expensive type of product. You can actually select that one in order to get your products faster to your customer. So you can select that, and it's going to give you an estimated fee, so that you can have a good idea of how much sort of that is actually going to cost you, and then you can set that price on your store. So over here, if we scroll down, we've got the estimated processing time, you've got the weight, you've also got the list. So what that basically means is that how many people have actually listed that product onto their store. So generally, you do want to pick a product which people have listed, but you don't want to pick a product that everyone is listed, because that means everyone else is selling the same product. Now over here, you've got the connect button. So what that basically means is that, for example, if you've built your dropshipping website and you have connected it to AliExpress, for example, you have your fulfillment set up with AliExpress and you want to change to CJ Dropshipping. So what you can actually do is, if CJ Dropshipping have the same products, then what you can do is actually connect it up. So basically, it's going to be fulfilled by CJ Dropshipping, and every time someone places an order, then you can come back over here and import that order, which I'll show you later on, the entire fulfillment process, and basically CJ Dropshipping will actually ship it out to your customer. Okay, so over here you got the list button. So basically you click it and then it's going to list it onto your website, which I'll show you in a minute. Buy now, which basically means that you can actually purchase some sample products. So obviously you want to sell, good quality products, and if you are taking it seriously, then I recommend purchasing a sample of your product before you actually start selling it. So with the customize button, that's really cool because you can actually submit a sort of request to actually customize the products. So you can make your product more customized. For example, let's say, this is sort of like a stripe pattern. You may want to change it to like a different color or maybe like a different pattern, and you can actually request that. So depending on what you request, there's going to be a sort of minimum order quantity. So for example, if you want to change the entire sort of fabric pattern, it may be a large MOQ, which is a minimum order quantity. If it's like, adding a logo, like a tag or something like that, then it may be lower. Okay. So you can also add it to queue and do a bulk listing later on. You can also submit a photography request. So what this basically means is that you can click on it and you can, list out what you want for them to actually do a video or maybe like a photo of the products and things like that. And I think it starts from around $75 for like a photo shoot. And for a video, I think it's like $150 or something like that. It really depends on, what you're asking for. They'll give you a quote and you can submit that through. So that's really cool because it's going to save you a ton of time from actually shipping the product to perhaps like a freelancer to actually do the photos for you. You can actually do this in-house for CJ Dropshipping. So they can do it all for you. So it's really, really cool. So scrolling down here, you've got the description of your products. Now, if they don't have all the information that you need, then you can always contact the supplier with any questions. So it's really, really awesome that you can actually contact them and they'll get back to you really, really quickly. And scrolling down over here, you have the photos of the products. So for example, some of the listings, they don't have many photos. You can ask and request if they do have additional photos, which you can see, the product and things like that. So over here, what we're going to do is we're actually going to list that product. So we're going to click on list. So over here, select your store if you have more than one. And over here, we can select a category. So right now we don't have a category, so we're gonna create a new category for now. And I'm just gonna call this, for example, duffel bags, and click on confirm. And then over here, the drop shipping cost is around $25. And let's just say, for example, I want to sell it for something like $49. Now, sometimes you may have a product which has a lot of different color and size variations, and you may want to do a bulk sort of price setting. So what you can actually do is you can actually put in, let's say $49 over here, and then click on OK. Then it's going to change the price for all the products. So don't really worry too much what you select here because you can always change it later. So over here, you can click on list now, or you can also click on edit. So if you want to edit the listing before you upload it onto your website, you can. But generally, I like to edit it on WordPress. So we're going to click on list it now. So that has been listed successfully. So we can close that and we can go back to our website over here. So right now we can click on our shop page and hopefully that product is going to show up. Okay, so as you can see, the product has been listed. So that's really, really awesome. Literally takes like 1 minute to import onto your website. And let's click into the product, and I'll show you guys how to edit your product page, how to edit the pricing, the title, and all that good stuff. So what I'll also recommend is actually downloading and installing the CJ Dropshipping Chrome extension onto your browser, because that's going to enable you to be able to download the image onto your website. So you'd be able to click onto it like this, and you can download the images provided over here in like a zip file, and you can use the images on your website later on. So do that first, and we can head back to our website. So as you can see, we can just save it to the computer, and that'll be good to go. So let's head back over here, and to edit our product, what we can do is click on edit product on the top over here. So click into that. So I'm just going to close these ones over here, just close that as well. So here you can edit the title of the product. So for example, I might just change it to maybe Stripe travel, duffel bag, like that. And then I'm going to copy that title, okay, and click on edits, and I'm also going to paste it into there. Click on OK, so that the URL is going to be shorter. And we can scroll down over here, and we have the product description. So if we actually click on view product, I'm going to open that in a new tab. So this is going to be the long description of your product. So the long description actually displays on the bottom. So if we scroll down over here, this is going to be the long description. So what I want to do is I'm actually going to delete everything in the long description. So let's just delete all of that. Now you may want to keep some of that information so that you can actually type out your sort of features and benefits of the product and things like that. But I'm just going to delete it for now. Okay, delete everything like that. So next we're going to scroll down over here, and then we're going to go to here where you can see the product information and things like that. So you got the SKU, you got the shipping dimensions and things like that. You've also got the variations. Okay, so here I want to set in the default variation, which is just going to be the stripes one. So if you go back over here, I want to set it to be that as a default. Okay, and then we can click into that. So we can click on edit. And then here we can change the price of the product of that variation. So we can do like $59, and you can also change it and add a sale price as well, like that. You can also manage the stock. So there's quite a few things that you can do here. Let's just click on save changes. So once you have edited the price and things like that, here we can put in the short description. So for the short description, this is actually going to show up on the right hand side over here like this. So generally you want to include like the main features of the product, maybe some of the benefits, a little bit more about your product in dot points. So I'm just going to copy that over, and then I can just paste that in over here, and you can edit the text and things like that as well. So once you've actually done that, then you can go back over here, and if you have set in the category when you import it, you can actually customize and add new categories and set it to the correct one as well. You can also add in the product tags. So this could be like the brand of the bag, or it could be like the type of bag, the color, and things like that. Okay, so this can be used for the search on your website. So let's just add that in. And then what we can do is we can click on update. Okay, so once you have updated the product, then the changes have been made. And as you can see, you've got the short description here, title, the pricing. And if we actually scroll down, we've got the sort of default variation selected. You've also got the SKU category and tags over here. So if you do want to hide that, I'll show you guys how to edit the layout and hide those things. So scrolling down over here, we've got the description, which we have deleted before. So generally for this part of the website, we can actually build like a mini sort of landing page for your product to make your product more enticing. That basically helps you generate more sales. So let's say, for example, you want to create something like this design over here. Okay, it's just a very, very simple one that you can easily do for all your products. So for example, you got your benefit, you've got a little bit of like a description, and you've got an image. So let's head back over here, and we can turn on the builder. So over here we have the row. So what we want to do is we want to create 2 columns. So select 2 columns, and on the left column we can drop in an image module. Okay, and just drop that in. So we can click on upload files, select files, and I'm going to upload the images that we have downloaded from that CJ product page before. So just open that and upload that to our website. Okay, so what I did notice was that the images took some time to actually upload. So as you can see, the image is almost 1 megabyte, which is quite large. And as you can see, it's a PNG file. So generally a PNG file is going to be more higher quality, and it's going to be like a bigger file size. So what I recommend is actually probably editing the photo and save it as like a JPEG. And it's going to be much smaller in terms of the size of that image. So what you can do is you can edit that in Photoshop or any online photo editing software like Canva or photo.com. So I'm just going to upload this image over here and insert file URL. So over here you can customize the image style. I'm just going to leave it as the default. We're going to click on done, and we're going to drag in a text module, drop it in the right hand side of the column, and over here I'm going to select heading 2. Okay, and this could be like the benefits, maybe benefit number 1, and then click on enter, and I might drop in perhaps a little description. So paste that in like that. Okay, so once that is done, what we can do is we want to make sure we align the text and the image. So as you can see, it doesn't look very good right now. So what we can do is hover over the row and hover over the settings gear icon, and then click on align middle like that. Okay, so that's going to align the text module to the middle of that image, and it just looks a lot more balanced. So what we can do is we can actually zoom out of the page a little bit, and you can see the whole entire layout much clearer. And instead of building another row, what we could do is hover over here and click on duplicate, and let's just duplicate that maybe just a few times. Okay, so we've got 4 different benefits. So what we could do is hover over here again, hover over the gear setting icon, and then instead of moving things manually, what you can actually do is, let's just zoom in a little bit. So go back over here and then click on reverse, and that's going to switch the position of that module to the opposite direction. Okay, so you can do that for the last one as well, like this, and switch it. Okay, so now you have the layout. So what you can do is go in here and edit the text and click into here and change the image as well. So for example, let's change it to that one. Done. Click this one over here, click over here, change it to here, insert, and maybe the last image. So let's click on this one, and then maybe this one over here, and insert file URL. Okay, so that's like the basics of creating a nice little landing page for your products. You can also add in different modules. For example, if you want to add in like a slider, you can also add in a video as well. So for example, if you want to upload a product video, you can drop in a video module here as well. Okay, so once you've done, you can click on save, and we can click on close. So what I want to show you is how to edit the sort of basic layouts of the product pages as well. So for example, how to edit, and perhaps you don't want to display this, or you want to change the layout up here. So let's go ahead and go back to our dashboard area. So I'm going to go and open that in a new tab. So I'll show you guys where you can actually edit that really quickly. Let's go back to the dashboard. Then we can hover over Themify Shop, click on Themify Settings, and then we can scroll down and navigate to the shop settings. So click on that, and the one that we want to edit is the single product page. So we can select that one, and here we can change the different layouts for the product page. And scrolling down here, we can edit the display options of what we actually want to display on our product page. So for example, if you want to hide the SKU, category, and tags, we can go back over here and we can hide the product SKU. So you may want to hide that to stop people from actually searching the SKU and perhaps actually finding it on other websites. So you can also hide the tags as well, disable product reviews, hide the product share buttons and things like that. So it really depends on what you want. So generally I just hide maybe those ones. And yeah, so once you have done that, then we can click on save. And you can also edit like the wishlist settings. So make sure the wishlist page is set to the wishlist page. And you can also edit other settings for your shop as well. Okay, so once you've done, click on save, Let's go back over here and it's going to remove that. Okay, so that's looking really good. Now, if you want to edit the sort of title over here and the price, perhaps you want to edit the font or the color, we can go to customize. So once you click on customize, it's automatically going to direct you to Themify options, and the basic tab is going to be selected. So if you want more options, then you can click on the advanced tab, and over here we can edit the product single, the product title. So here you can change the size of the font. So for example, 64 is probably going to make it too big. Okay, that's too big. So let's just do 36 like that. And you can also update the font. I'm just going to leave it as default. For the font weight, I'm going to set it to normal. And you can also change the color. For the price, you can also update that as well. So for example, maybe 24. And for the font weight, let's just put that to normal as well. And then you can also update color. For the button, so this is the add to cart button. So you can change the background color as well as the background hover color. And scrolling down here, you can also update the sale tag as well. Okay, so the sale tag is the one over here on the probably left or right hand side. I'm not sure why you can't see it, but that's where you can actually edit it. So we can click on the advanced tab as well. So let's just publish that first. Click on the advanced tab, and that's going to give you more options to edit the sort of styling for your entire website. Okay, so as you can see, you can edit your site logo over here, so you can upload your site logo. So I might just change that as well. So let's just do, so if you don't have one yet, so you can type in freedom like that, and that's going to edit that. So you can also change it like that, and perhaps let's add some letter spacing to make it kind of look cool. And you can also upload a logo. Okay, here you can update the site tagline. So when you hover over that, then we don't have a tagline. You can also select none. Okay, yeah, so there's a lot of things that you can do here. I'm not going to go through every single option because I do have a full tutorial showing you guys more of the different options that you can do. And let's just click on close for now. Okay, so I'm not quite sure why that sort of changed back. Perhaps I need to hover over here and just clear the cache. Okay, so now those settings have been updated. Okay, so over here I've actually added in more products, and as you can see, we're on the shop page. So I want to show you guys where you can actually edit the display options for your shop page. So if you go back to your dashboard area and navigate to Themify Shop, Themify Settings, you can click on the shop settings and then navigate to the product archive. So this is where you can change the set of display options. So for example, if you want to change the product layouts, or if you want to add in a sidebar later on, you can select it. And for example, let's select grid 3, click on save. And then if we refresh the page, you should see the changes like this. Okay, so over here you have plenty of different display options. Generally I do disable the masonry layout. So basically if your sort of title has more than one line, it's just going to make sure that everything's aligned properly. So I generally tick that. Okay, and you can change it. So you can change the number of products per page, you can hide the pricing, you can hide the add to cart. So for the product image hover, I'm just going to select none, okay, because I don't really want it to sort of flip like a slider. Sometimes it makes the website a little bit slow if you have a lot of products. Click on save, and let's just refresh that page. Okay, so that's exactly how I want it. So let's go ahead and go to our home page, and I'll show you guys how to display it. So let's turn on the builder, and we can scroll down. So we want to add in a new row. So you can click on plus if you don't actually see the purple row over here. So what I'm going to do is add a fancy heading like this, and I might do, let's say for example, okay, so featured our best sellers. So let's go back over here and featured products, and then heading our best sellers like that. And then I'm going to align it into the middle, and then I'm going to styling, and let's go over here, heading. I might change the font color just to the black one, and then for the subheading, also change it to black like that. And let's add a little bit of padding on the top. Okay, so around 50 pixels is okay. And what we can do is click on done. So over here, we can drag in the Woo products module and drop it below. So you want to make sure you have actually installed the Builder WooCommerce plugin. So earlier in the tutorial, I showed you guys how to upload the plugins. You can go to hogansure.com/ecommerce and download that plugin and install and activate it. And that's going to allow you to easily display your products anywhere on your website by using this Woo products module. So over here, we can select the set of products. Okay, so you can select the featured products, on sale, or top rated products. So I'll show you guys how to set in the featured products in a second. So over here, we can select specific categories if you want to display it. You can set how many products you want to display. You can also change the layout and things like that. You can also add a product filter. So there's many display options that you can definitely play around with. I'm just going to leave it as default. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the over here, okay, and I'm going to select featured products. So right now we don't have any featured products. So let's just say, for example, you want to display specific products. Let's click on done and let's click on save. Let's just close it and let's head back to the back end of our website, and we want to make specific products featured products. So let's go over here, click on dashboard, and then click on products. So here is the list of all our products. So let's just say, for example, we want this product over here to be a featured product. So over here you see like a little star icon, so you can click on it. Okay, and that's going to make that product a featured product. So I'm going to quickly just add a few. Okay, so I've added 6 products. So what we could do is go back to the home page. So just click onto that. And then we can scroll down. Let's turn on the builder. And then this is our featured products and it's displaying. So what you could do is you can create more rows and display, maybe perhaps your different product categories in each separate row. It really depends on how you want to display it. So that's just the basics of adding your products to your website. So next, what we need to do is to configure the WooCommerce settings, the shipping zones, as well as connecting your payment gateways. So what we can do is navigate to WooCommerce on the back end and then click on settings. And what you'll need to do is you'll need to enter in your address. So perhaps it could be your home address, your business address, or maybe like a PO box. So this won't be actually displayed to your customers. It's basically used for the tax rates and the shipping rates and things like that. So set that in. And once you've set that in, you can choose your selling locations. So you can choose to sell to all countries, but generally when you're first starting out, I recommend starting off with maybe just one country or a few countries to make it a lot easier for you. So you can set that in. So let's just say, for example, sell to specific countries, and let's just do United States just for one over here. Okay, and then for the shipping locations, this should be just the same. Okay, scrolling down over here, we can enable the tax rates and calculations, and scrolling down here, we can change the currency. So let's just click on save. So once you've done that, you can click on shipping. So we're going to set in the shipping rates. So we can click on add shipping zone. So for the zone name, so I'm just going to put in United States like that. And for the regions, so we're just going to select the whole entire region. So you can set a specific region if you want to. So let's just add a shipping method. And what we could do is generally for most websites, we have maybe like free shipping and maybe like a standard shipping rate and maybe even a express shipping rate. So you can set that in. So we can do free shipping first, add shipping method. And then over here, we can click on edit. And the free shipping requires perhaps it could be a minimum order amount. So let's just say, for example, a minimum order amount of $75. And you can set it to basically apply before a coupon discount if you want to. Let's just click on save changes. And that is set in. So we're going to add another shipping zone. So this one's going to be a flat rate one, add shipping method, and then click on edit. So here you can change the name of that. So instead of calling it flat rate, we could just be like standard shipping, and then you could do something like 5 to 7 days, something like that. And then you can set the cost. So maybe let's say $10. save changes, and you could also add another one. So if you want to set an express one, you can also select flat rate. Okay, click on edit and then click on edit again. So this one could be like express shipping, and then you could do like 3 to 5 days. And then here we can set in the rate. So let's just say, for example, $20. Click on save changes. Okay, so that's basically how you set that in the shipping zone, and that should be automatically saved. So if you are shipping to multiple countries, then you can create multiple shipping zones. So all you need to do is basically, let's just go back to shipping zones over here. And then you can add another new shipping zone. So for example, if you ship to UK or Australia, you can create individual ones. And you can also set in the shipping zones for locations not covered by the zones that we set in here as well. Okay, so once you've actually done that, then we can go ahead and click on the tax settings. So over here, you can manually set in the tax settings, but generally I like to use the automated taxes because it's just a lot easier, especially if you're in the United States. So we're going to go ahead and go to plugins and then click on add new. Okay, so over here on the right hand side, let's just type in taxes, click on enter, and we're going to install this one. So WooCommerce shipping and taxes by WooCommerce, install, click on activate. And then over here on the top, you'll see Jetpack. So what we need to do is actually connect Jetpack to activate the plugin. So let's click on install Jetpack and connect it. So over here, you can put in your email address to create a new account, or you can connect it with Google. So let's just go ahead and continue with Google. And then let's select the Google account that we want to connect it to. And then enter in the code that they sent to your email or your device. Click on next. Okay, so that should be all good. Let's head back to the WooCommerce settings and let's make sure the tax is enabled. Let's click on the tax tab over here on the top. Okay, so let's just scroll down, automated taxes. Let's enable that. Okay, so once we've done that, you can configure the settings over here if you need to. Let's click on save changes. And then that should be set up. So what I want to show you now is how to set up your payment gateway so you're able to actually accept credit card payments as well as PayPal directly on your website. So what I generally recommend people do is going to stripe.com and creating a free business account on there. Okay, so basically what it is, it's a payment gateway that helps you collect the payments. So once a customer purchases your product, the money is going to be sent to Stripe, and then Stripe is going to deposit that into your local bank account. So pretty much same with the PayPal accounts, right? So when people pay you, it's going to be deposited into your PayPal account, and from your PayPal, you can deposit it back into your local bank account. So create a Stripe account for free, as well as creating a free PayPal business account. So if you do have a current sort of personal PayPal account, I think you can actually use that for now if you don't have your business details ready to go. But generally, I do recommend the business account. Otherwise, they might pause your personal account because you got money coming in and things like that. So once you have created the free accounts on both platforms, then go back over here and navigate to your plugin section and then click on add new. So over here on the right hand side, we're going to download a new plugin. So we're going to type in Stripe and just click on enter. So you want to install this one over here. So WooCommerce Stripe Payment Gateway. I've already installed it. So once you install it, then you can click on activate to activate the plugin. Okay, so we're going to click on add new again. And let's search for PayPal. So PayPal. So there are a lot of payment gateways that you can actually use. So for example, I think Razorpay is really popular in India. You can actually search up Razorpay as well and connect that up. So we're going to use this one over here and just click on install and then activate. So now what we need to do is basically connect the accounts. So from our website to your Stripe and PayPal accounts. So to do that, we can go to WooCommerce and click on settings. And then we can go to the payments tab. Okay, and we can scroll down over here and you're going to see Stripe. Okay, so what we're going to do is click on finish setup. And then from here, we can click on create or connect an account. So click on that. So over here, I'm gonna connect it to an existing account. So this one over here, click on continue. And then we're gonna put in the password, click on login. So if you don't have an account yet, this is also gonna help you go through the process of setting it up. Enter in the verification code and then click on connect. Okay, so that should be connected, and we can scroll down over here. So as you can see with the account details, you're going to see the webhooks. So what we need to do is we need to actually enter in the webhook secret key to ensure this works properly. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy the webhook over here, copy that to your clipboard, and then click on Stripe account settings. And that's going to redirect you into your Stripe dashboard area. And then from here, we can click on add endpoint. And for the endpoint URL, we're going to put this URL in here, scroll down, and then we're going to click on select events. And then we're going to do and click on the charge events, select all charge events. And then click on add events, scroll down, add endpoint. And then over here, we've got the signing secret. So what we can do is click on that to reveal, okay? And just copy that code over to your clipboard, come back to your settings, and then we can click on edit account keys. So for the webhook secret over here, we can paste in the secret key and then save the live keys. Okay, so that is enabled. So once that is done, then you're pretty much good to go. Now we can scroll down over here. So what I personally recommend is putting in your store name over here. Okay, so people can easily identify. So basically, once the customer actually pays, then the customer will actually see this in their bank statement, right? So you want to make sure that you put in your website name here. Otherwise, they might, think it's like a scam or something like that, and they process like a refund. So that's not good. So make sure you put that in properly. Okay, so just click on Save Changes, and then that should be good to go. So the other thing is you'll need to connect your PayPal payments. So if you want to connect it to PayPal, just click on Connect Your Account over here. So we can scroll down and we can activate PayPal. Okay, so we already have an existing PayPal account, so we're going to put that in, then click on Next. So we're just going to log in. Click on Next, and then we're going to enter in the security code. Click on Continue, and that should be all good. So let's click on Back. Okay, so that should be good to go, and you can also configure some of the settings over here, but let's just click on Payments tab again over here. So you want to make sure that is all enabled. The Stripe one is enabled, and scrolling down, we want to enable the PayPal over here. Okay, so we can also enable cash on delivery as well. Okay, so let's just say, for example, we set that up. Okay, and then what we could do is save changes. So once you've set up your payment options, then on checkout, you'll be able to allow your customers to select cash on delivery, credit card via Stripe, so they can enter in their credit card details to pay on your website, as well as they can select PayPal as well. And you've also got Pay with Google Pay, so you can enable or disable that. So I'll show you guys a test transaction, how to actually fulfill an order once a customer purchases something from your website in a minute. But now I want to show you guys how to create a free and professional email, which is very, very important, as well as setting up your SMTP so that your order confirmations will be actually sent to your customer's inbox, because that's very important as well. Otherwise, they might not actually receive a order confirmation and things like that. So creating a free professional email and hosting is very, very easy. You'll need to log into your hosting account, and we can click on emails on the top over here. And then over here, we can click on manage. So here you can actually choose a business email, but generally you can just start off with a free email. You can upgrade later on if you need to. So I'm just going to select the free one for now. And we're going to create a new email account. So this could be like sales, or it could be like info, contact, help, anything that you want. So I'm just going to do maybe hello. And here we're going to enter in a password for our email. Then we're going to scroll down, password, recovery email address. So let's just set in perhaps my Gmail account, and then click on create a new account. Okay, so basically to manage your emails and things like that, you can actually click on the link over here or access webmail, and you can log in with the email address that you created as well as the password. You can also forward your emails to Gmail, and I think I do have a video on my channel for that, and I'll leave a link in the description if you do want to learn how to forward it and manage everything from your Gmail inbox. So over here, we just click on done. So once you've actually set that in, now we want to set in the SMTP. So basically to set that up, click on the emails tab again, and you'll be redirected over here, and then you can click on manage. So what we need to look for is the SMTP details. Now, if you do need help, you can actually contact the chat support system on the bottom right-hand side. So over here, we can click on configure desktop app. So click on that one. And then we can scroll down a little bit. Okay, so here we have the outgoing server details. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to copy that, okay, to my clipboard. Let's head back to our WordPress dashboard area. So you want to install the Fluent SMTP plugin. So if you haven't already done so, make sure to go to plugins and search for this plugin, install and activate it. And we're going to click on configure. So from here, click on other SMTP. And then here from email, what we're going to do is let's just paste in the SMTP host first. So paste that in because we copied that before. So for the from email, this is going to be the email that you just created before. So this one is going to be the hello at 0demo123. So let's just put that in. So hello at 0demo123. So that's going to be your own domain name, obviously. Okay, so for the name, I'm just going to put in maybe Hogan at store. So this could be like the name of your store. So that's when the emails actually arrive in the inbox, then it's actually going to show the name of the store. Okay, so we're going to scroll down over here. And for the SMTP port, this is going to be, I think, generally 465. Okay, so you can put in 465. And then for the encryption, select SSL, and we can scroll down over here. So the SMTP username, this is going to be the, okay, so this is going to be your own email address. So I'm just going to copy this over here, copy that, paste that in. Oops, so paste that in and put in the password of your email address that you actually created on Hostinger. Okay, so once you've done that, we can click on Save Connection Settings. And that should be saved. So what you can actually do is click on email test, and for the from email, let's send an email to my email inbox over here just to test it out. So generally it should work fine. So click on send test email. So over here it says email delivered successfully, and that's all good to go. So right now I'm going to show you guys how to fulfill a drop shipping order. Okay, so finally the fun part where I'm going to show you guys the entire process from when a customer places an order to how to actually fulfill the order. So let's just say, for example, we've already added one product to the cart and we like this product as well. Let's just add that to cart as well. Okay, so now over here, we're going to click on checkout. So your customer can actually enter in a coupon code if you create one, which you can do in the dashboard fairly easily. And all they'll need to do is enter in the billing information and their shipping address if it's different. So I'm going to quickly fill that in. So once your customer has finished entering their details, they can select the shipping methods that you've actually set in. So right now they are eligible for free shipping. So I'm just going to select that one, and the taxes are calculated. So it's $0. And here they can pay by credit card or PayPal. I'm just going to select cash on delivery, and I'm going to click on place order. Okay, so that's going to take a few seconds for that order to process. And what's going to happen is that you're going to receive an email of the customer's order, and your customer is also going to receive a order confirmation of what they've actually purchased. So here we can go back to our dashboard, and I'll show you guys where you can actually see your orders. So let's go to WooCommerce over here and click on orders. And here is your new order. So you can actually click into that for more details. So what we're going to do is head over to CJ Dropshipping and make sure to log into your account. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to My CJ. So from here on the left-hand side, we can scroll down and click on orders. And then we can click on imported orders. Okay, so over here, we're going to click on close because I'm going to show you guys how to import it. So what we're going to do is click on sync store orders. So we're going to go ahead and select your store, and then we're going to sync by time. Okay, so generally if you get a lot of orders, then you can do it every single day. If you don't get too many orders, maybe you can do it every 2 to 3 days. So here we're going to select a start date. So I'm going to do 29th to 30th. Click on sync now. And that's basically going to pull the orders directly from your WooCommerce website into CJ Dropshipping. So it's going to pull like the customer's address, their name, and everything like that, so that the CJ Dropshipping can actually fulfill that order and ship it out to your customer directly. So over here is going to be our order, okay? And here we can select the shipping method. So we can click on select, and depending on what your customer has selected, maybe they have selected express shipping and they paid extra, then perhaps you can choose the CJ Express option. Okay, so it really depends. I'm just going to go with the basic one, so CJ Packet Ordinary, and then let's just close that. So here is going to be your total product cost as well as the shipping cost together of the two products that they've actually purchased. So here we've got the duffel bag as well as the carbon fiber credit card holder. Okay, so what we're going to do is just select that order, and then we're going to add it to cart. Okay, so we're going to go over here on the left hand side and click on cart, and then we can click on the dropship orders, and then from here we can select it. Okay, and we can check all the details, and if it's all good, we can click on submit. So from here we can click on submit, and then you can pay by card or PayPal. So let's just click on card, select that, and click on pay. So here you'll need to enter in your credit card details. Okay, so click on OK, click on verify card, click on pay. So I'm just going to click on continue with Stripe, and I'm going to enter in my details again. So I'm just going to put in my email. Okay, so I already have an account set up, so I'm just going to enter in the code, or else you'll need to put in your credit card details again. So let's just put in the code and just pay for that. Okay, so that is all good, and as you can see, it's pending. So you can actually click the order log over here. So basically you'll be able to see a very detailed log of what's happening with the order. Is it being prepared? So a tracking number will be generated and it will be sent to the customer, for example, an email like this, where they can actually track their order. So it's very, very advanced and it's very, very cool. So basically that's all you need to do in terms of fulfillment. So what I want to show you now is basically how you can actually set up custom packaging with your orders. So one of the biggest problems with dropshipping is that you can't customize your packaging, but with CJ Dropshipping you can. So make sure you log in, and then over here click on My CJ, and then on the left hand side here we can scroll down and click on Custom Packaging. So with custom packaging, you can choose the packaging suitable for whatever you're selling and connect it to that specific product. So let's just say, for example, we want to look for a package over here. Okay, so you got multiple pages and you can choose the right package for your product. If you're selling jewelry, you can set it to something like this. If you're selling perhaps clothing, then you can have a very simple one, which is sort of like a bag. So if you scroll down over here, like a mailer bag, there are multiple pages of different packaging that you can choose from. So let's just say, for example, we choose this one over here because we want to put a wallet in there, right? So over here, you got this little icon. So the products with this little icon, it means that you can actually add a logo on top of that sort of package. So for example, you can get them to print the logo on top of the box, and then so you can click on it like this. And then from here, you can choose the size of the packaging. So always make sure that the size is, it actually fits your product. If you're not sure, then you want to make sure you contact an agent to make sure that product actually fits in that box. So let's just say, for example, I'm going to pick this one, okay? And then over here, we can click on design, right? So here we can actually add our logo. So for example, we can upload an image. So you can get a logo designed on places like Fiverr, or you can design your own. Let's just say we upload this one over here with just white text. Click on open, and then there's your logo. Okay, so here you can manipulate the sort of direction of that as well, and you can also change the size. Okay, so we can minimize it like that. Okay, so let's just make it sort of like that. Okay, and then maybe make it a little bit smaller. Okay, so obviously make sure that is it fits properly and stuff like that. So from here, what we could do is just click on save. And then for the product title, I'm just going to do logo and select the available color, which is the black one. Select the right size. And I'm just going to type in logo over here and then click on save. Okay, then we can click on confirm. So once you have that, you can go back to my CJ. Okay, so some of these ones you can't actually customize it, so you can click into the products and actually check it out. Some of them do have a MOQ, which is a minimum order quantity. And once you are ready to purchase, then let's just say, for example, you actually pick this one. Okay, it opens up in a new tab, but you can't actually purchase it on that page, right? So you actually have to go back over here and click on purchase this button over here, right? So I'm not sure why they do it like that, but it's just, I guess, how it works. Okay, so let's just say, for example, you want to purchase that, purchase, and then you can choose the quantity as well as the size and pay for that. Okay, so let's just show you guys the my custom packaging, so the one that I just created. Okay, so you click on my custom packaging tab, and then over here I have one which is for clothing, and here we've got another one which is a box. So you can click on purchase. Okay, choose the quantity of boxes that you need. So basically you'll need to pre-order the boxes. Okay, so let's just say we order just maybe 2 boxes. Click on pay, and then from here select warehouse. So generally most of the packaging you should select this one, so Jinhua. If you purchase it at these other locations, they'll also be shipped to this location, which is the main warehouse in China where they ship out all your goods. So generally select that one, and then over here we can click on pay. Okay, so I've already got and paid for a packaging, so I just want to show you guys how to actually link it up, right? So let's say, for example, we want to link it to a specific product. We click on products and then click on the connection. Okay, so we need to connect that product to the packaging. Okay, so for example, let's say we want this one to be linked. So over here we've got 3 dots, click on the packaging connection. And then from here, do you want to apply it to the whole entire order? Generally, I do just apply it to product. It really depends on what you are selling. Perhaps if you're selling clothing, perhaps you want to apply it to order. If you're selling sort of different products with different sizes, perhaps it might be a specific product itself. Okay, so here we're going to click on custom design, okay, because we've actually custom designed ours. Now, if you haven't, then you can try and find the one that you purchased over here. So over here, let's just say, for example, we want to connect it over to this box. So click into that, okay, and select the correct variant. And then from here, we can click on confirm. Okay, so that should be connected. So once a customer places an order, import your order into CJ and then pay for your order, it's automatically going to be connected to that packaging, right? So that is pretty much it to actually create your own custom packaging. There's many different sort of customizations you can do. You can like also create like, you know, clothing tags, stickers. If you have any questions, you can contact the support, and I do recommend actually getting in touch with them. I think you can actually contact them on WhatsApp as well. So I do have a WhatsApp contact, and you can directly message them on WhatsApp, and they're very, very responsive there. So that is pretty much it. So let's just go back to our website. Okay, so before we actually finish up, I do want to show you just a few things. So right now we're on the track order page. I want to show you guys how you can actually add a track order function on your website directly. So over here, we can look for the HTML text / shortcode module. You can drop it into here, okay? And what you want to type in here is you want to type in the square brackets and then just type in WooCommerce, like that, and then underscore, and then order underscore tracking, okay? And what that's going to do, it's basically going to load the tracking function, so people can actually enter in their order ID as well as their billing email, and then click on track to track their order, right? So obviously you can add in like a title on top, like a, let's say for example, you know, text. We can just like track order, like that. set it to heading 1, move it into the middle, just something like that. Okay, so just nice and simple, that allows your customers to come in here and track their order. So the other thing I want to show you is the contact form. So we can close that and we can navigate to the contact form page over here. So here we can drag in the contact form module. So you want to make sure you have downloaded the contact form plugin earlier. Okay, so you can drop that in there, and basically all you need to do is put in your recipients. So basically, where is the message going to be sent to? So you can put in your email over here, and then you can also select the different style that you want your form to be set as. You can also set up a success URL. So once they submitted the message, do you want to redirect them to another page? Or you can also do a success message as well. So there's quite a few different functionality options you can play around with. You can change, the different fields as well. You can also add additional fields if you want to allow them to submit more information. You can also go back over here, styling and general, and here you can input the styling options, for example, like the colors and the fonts and things like that. So it's very, very simple to do. Okay, so let's just say, for example, put in my email. Okay, done, save it. And then basically we have a contact form that allows your customers to contact you. Now, if we go back to the back end of our website, so navigate to the dashboard area. Now, sometimes you will actually see a theme update. Okay, so the theme that we're using is the Themify shop theme. Now, if you get a theme update message, you can go to my website at hogansure.com/update, and you can come here and download the latest theme. And once you've downloaded the latest theme, what you'll need to do is, you can also watch this video to learn how to update it. Go back over here, okay, and then go to Appearance, Themes. And then what you'll need to do is you'll need to activate another theme. So for example, activate this theme over here. And then temporarily it will be activated this theme. And what you'll need to do is you'll need to go in here, okay, and delete this theme. So you can delete that theme. And then you can come back over here, click on Add New, Upload Theme, choose File, and then upload the new theme, open, install now, and then just activate the theme. Okay, so then you can navigate back to your home page, and all the settings should actually remain. Okay, so if you do need like support, for example, if you want to learn how to edit certain things, then you can actually get the Themify membership by clicking the link over here. Okay, and that's going to give you automatic updates as well, because it's going to give you a license key, and you can also get access to the support forum, so you can ask any questions to learn how to customize your website and things like that. So I'll also have a full sort of tutorial showing you guys more in terms of sort of customizing your website, how to add the additional pages, a lot of different things. For example, add it in your product filter, adding in your mega menu. So for example, if you hover over the menu area, you can have your images to display like that. And then I'll also show you guys how to basically add in a product filter as well if you want to have that. Okay, so there's a lot of things in this tutorial because it's over 4 hours long, and then you can click in the description to load more. Okay, and then I've got all the timestamps for basically everything that you need. Okay, so that is basically it for this video. Now, if you have any questions, you can drop it in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys really found a lot of value in it. If you did, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. So thank you, and see you guys in the next video.